also visible.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. So for today's webinar, we have a wonderful, team of experts from MB. I'll quickly run through the agenda for today, and then we'll begin. So we see more people joining in. Uh, yeah. Great. So meet your host. So we will be spending 5 minutes on introducing MB to you all, because you're going to be spending almost 45 minutes with us. So it's always wonderful to know your host, what we do, what kind of challenges we solve for the businesses, and more. Then we'll have Chinmay, and Chinmay will be talking about why SAP Business One. So, by the way, this is our entire team of SAP experts at MB. So, Chinmay will be telling why SAP Business One, what's in it for your business, and Puneet, being the functional expert, he will be guiding us. He'll be telling us some real stories where we solve some real challenges of businesses. And from there, Rahul will be taking on. And trust me, this is one of the most popular sections of our webinar. And this is about debunking biggest myths about SAP Business One, because we see whenever we reach out to people, those who are looking for SAP Business One, they do come with their own assumptions and notions. So this is at this section by Rahul. This is everything about making sure that we understand the facts, and we can differentiate facts from the myths. So great. I'll quickly get started with the MP overview. That is, understanding your host, what exactly we do, and how we have been doing it. So at MB, our mission is to enable organizations transform with technology in a digital, mobile-first, data-driven world. And so far, we have successfully transformed over 2,500 plus organizations. So how do we drive transformation? So we at MB, we bring in the technology expertise with strategic thinking for transforming the IT. We improve business agility for our customers, and we empower them to do more, to be more with a digital workplace. The story doesn't quite end here. We also make sure that the technology solutions that are delivered they're actually well embraced, and they're utilized to its full potential by its users. So, technology adoption remains at a core, as a core empowerment throughout the process. And with, of course, 24/7 managed services, we aim at helping customers focus on what really matters for the business, so that they can leave technology to us. So to give you all a view into MB as an organization, we have successfully been running the show. We have been in the business for more than 30 years now, and we have more than 1,000 customers with whom our engagement stands at being decades old. Our presence is pan-India location with more than 8 locations across the country. And with the last financial year, we had crossed the mark of $100 million revenue. Our heart of services is application business, cloud transformation, with deep expertise in data modernization, application modernization, SAP on Azure, and more. So speaking of transformations, we have done more than 500 successful on time, on budget project implementations in the last 3 years. And of course, all of this has been possible with our 500 plus strong workforce that's absolutely committed to customer success. That's a very quick view into our journey. Our journey started in 1989, where we focused on software reselling. We started off with software reselling, and then during 1996-2000, we emerged as a Microsoft licensing partner. And by that time, we had won key accounts such as Indian Army and Tata Steel. And but our major growth journey started in 2000, where we added new services, new solutions, new portfolio, including SAP and more, which actually, and then we expanded our presence across new locations across the country. So from being software resellers to being a front runner in the technologies and services space, MB has now matured into being a trusted technology and strategic partner that's actually enabling organizations drive transformations within their own organizations. So that's a quick view into our customers who come from, who are from all sizes and stripes, coming from different industry verticals, ranging from manufacturing, BFSI, media, IT, ITES, all major brands. We have been very lucky to work with these kind of great organizations who are driving such a phenomenal change in the industry. Some more quick view into logistics, e-commerce, education and research, healthcare and retail. A very quick view into our solutions. So on cloud front, we offer entire life cycle of services on Microsoft's Azure platform, ranging from consulting, solution architecting, migration services, covering both infrastructure as a service and application modernization supplemented by 24/7 managed services, where we offer monitoring and proactive support and maintenance. And application and data primarily includes applications that we build on, say, Teams or SharePoint, and SAP Business One, the amazing SAP certified add-ons that we have been building and solving great challenges for our customers, and Octane HRMS, which is our own IP. Workplace modernization powered by Microsoft solutions, system integration, and 24/7 managed services, which I already spoke about. So before I hand it over to you, Chinmay, a very quick call out to all the attendees. Do stay on till the end because we have some amazing quiz session and we would be handing over some amazing Amazon vouchers to the winners. And we're going to be trying our best to make sure that you make most out of these 45 minutes of yours. And thank you so much. Welcome to the webinar. Over to you, Chinmay. Let's get started.
Thank you so much, Shivani, and good afternoon to everyone. So before I begin, let me first say thank you to all of you for being here present so that you can go through the webinar and see our potential in the product. Okay. So as Shivani highlighted the brief history of last 31 years that MB has gone through, let me take you deeper to the product that we are going to be focusing on, which is SAP. Now moving on, let me first highlight that we are right now 13 plus years of experience. We have 13 plus years of experience in implementing SAP. Now this experience is spread across verticals. We have done it into IT, manufacturing, distribution, logistics, third-party logistics, warehouse management. So the industry is not focused on one terrain only. Okay, because of this cross-industry experience, we have left a global footprint already. We are not only serving customers in India, but also in South Asia and MENA so far. Now to do that, we have an amazing support system. We have a 24/7 support system that ensures that there is zero downtime and it technically relieves your IT headache. Okay, to do that, we have a pan-India network, okay, which we execute with around 11 locations around the country, and there are roughly around 30 plus qualified SAP professionals that allow us to do that. Okay, now why are we able to do this so successfully is because we also have done 60 plus SAP B1 implementations in the country. Okay, and while we do so, we have innovated numerous SAP accredited add-ons which help your product do better. Now, a very simple question arises as to why are we able to execute this at such a level? The first reason is, and the foremost reason is, which I want you to listen very carefully, is SAP B1 is used by MB itself. Yes, from the last 13 years, our entire operations, okay, are being conducted on SAP B1. We have more than 167 users, and our reach is spread across 8 different locations. Not only have we used it for our own self, but we have also integrated it with Power BI and Octane and HRMS solution that we provide, which actually has written the success story so far. Okay, so now let me proceed further. Now let's understand what is SAP B1. Now when it comes to an SME or MSMEs, okay, the first problem is that we have a workflow structure, okay, set up in an organization, but there are different departments. Like there are 7 core functionalities that every organization has, be it accounting and financials, inventory distribution, production and MRP, project resource management, sales and service, purchasing. Now the problem is, the core problem that SAP B1 actually solves is there is a lot of data that is there in different pockets. SAP B1 digitalizes it and does amazing data correlation, and it actually integrates all your data at one point. Now what happens when you digitalize your data? First thing, your in the efficiency of your organization increases by minimum 25%, because when you have more data digitalized, as a business owner or as a decision maker, you have all the decision at one place. Now, how is SAP B1 delivering it to you? It has added functionalities of mobile technologies, analytics, big data, machine learning, Internet of Things, cloud technologies that allow you to come on one platform. Now, just imagine if you are a decision maker today sitting here, okay? Imagine how about increasing your productivity by 25% by just use of technology. Okay, and that is the solution that we are offering you here. Now let's understand how it happens further. Now to take you further, okay, as to why MB for your SAP B1 implementation, okay, I hand over this to Mr. Puneet, who's the project manager for enterprise application of SAP and our Octane HRMS. So over to you, Puneet.
Thanks a lot. Hope I am audible now. Hello?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead, please.
So moving ahead, the main point comes over here that why SAP Business One implementation to be done for your organization. What is there, what we have that the other may not have or may not have any implementation done as per the requirement. Why SAP B1? That is one of the story which we carry from last 13 years, that we have an approved methodology which we implement the application through the customer centric things. When I say customer centric things, that means we deep down into the customer requirement, not only from perspective of only implementing ERP. It may be their processes, it may be their process reengineering, it may be other kind of innovations which are there. Other innovations when I speak about is would be like developing anything over and above what SAP is normally offering. Say SAP in itself is a horizontal product. It gives you a functionality whereby you can build upon that product to suit your requirement. The main advantage of going with MB for SAP B1 is that we understand the customer through its working, not only over and above things looking at the processes. We deep down into the processes, what processes the customer is wanting, what process he has in his coming scenario, that we do as far as before we implement the SAP business. Shivani, can you move to next thing? Hello. Yeah. So these are, see, when I told you regarding the working of implementation of SAP Business One, there come an idea that working with the industry closely, maybe there is a logistic industry, there is a manufacturing industry, there is a, you can say, tower manufacturing industry where we did the billet optimizations and other things. So here we created certain common functionalities and we created certain add-ons which are basically approved from SAP Business One as well. So those are certified add-ons which we have created, like EM Logistics. Now this is one of the primary logistic business handling tool which we have developed over and above SAP, which provides a vastness in implementation for warehouse management. There is a EMQC quality checking or quality assurance, which is there in each and every industry, which gives the quality parameterized thing. See, it is a tool. When I say it's a tool, that means we are providing it in a such a way that it can be implemented as per the requirement of the customer. There may be deviation. No two industry works in the same manner. So this is why these things are created as a tool and are made to customize as per the requirement of the customer. Shivani, can we go to next slide, please? Now, deployment of SAP Business One. The SAP Business One deployment can be done on on-premises basis or it can be a cloud basis. Both have their pros and cons. Both have their advantages. So we are there to manage both the things at as per the requirement of the customer. Maybe it on an on-premises basis whereby the data security and everything is part of the system which is owned by the customer, and it can be a cloud-based implementation also, where when we say it is a cloud-based implementation, then you have an very important functionality that it can be accessed anywhere from any particular desktop. It can be linked in, or you can connect it when it is hosted on cloud. Even on premises, you have an option of giving an output whereby the same can be accessed from outside the system. Deployment methodology can be taken into consideration with a particular roadmap, a particular process which we follow. Shivani, next slide, please. Now, this is then implementation journey when we say that we are implementing SAP Business One. It is not primarily a very short thing. It is a long-term relationship whereby the methodology is an proven methodology. It is being approved by SAP that this is the best or one of the most success implementation methodology in implementing SAP Business One. It starts with the pre-sales. You have multiple stages involved in that, where you have a planning stage, you have a building the application stage, then you have empowering the user to access that application and run on their go. So once they run on their go, they have an iteration that okay, there are certain things which needs to be incorporated or there, and it is a smooth way of selling of implementing SAP Business One. Normally, the major crux of implementing SAP Business One comes in the process which you follow. Where is, if you see over here, there are certain 7 steps which are provided in implementing SAP Business One. This makes a smooth selling and smooth implementation of SAP Business One. Now, moving on to certain success stories which we have done for the customers. This is one of the pioneer in warehouse management or logistic management company. It is called Siddharth Logistics. This company is primarily into a special excise zone or FTWZ, free trade warehousing zone. This company has implemented SAP Business One with getting into add-on created for them for EM logistics. That has changed their working. That has changed their working to an extent that now each and every activity, even the internal activity, what they are doing through this logistic business, like movement of certain asset from one place to another, warehouse management for the customers, any other optimization in their business is handled through this particular EM logistic business. The next slide, please. IFGL, this is one of the most prominent company in refractories manufacturing. It has around 7 branches across India, and this company pioneers in the production planning system. They have a production planning which is done through the system. The entire flow of scalable things and unified things are done in the system. They have entire thing done through a centralized application whereby they also have the entire GST implementation done on one go, whereby all the things what they do are automated in the system, and they are done through SAP Business One. They don't have multiple applications doing multiple working. The entire thing is done through SAP itself. Now, Shivani, to the next slide, please. Now, this is one of the company. It is a very, you can say, small company having a turnover around 7 to 8 crores in a year. but still this company has opted for implementation of SAP Business One. This company I just wanted to highlight because this company had a visibility that they want to go in for an ERP system which gives them a proper and immaculate result of what they are doing. Their data analytics and everything is done through the system. Mind you, this is just a trading company with a very small, or you can say it is an MSME segment, and they also have gone in for implementation of SAP Business One. Now, to the next slide, Shivani. Shivani, can we move to next slide? Now, from here, I will hand over to Mr. Rahul, who will take you through the other functionality or the most crux part of SAP Business on what it offers, and it gives you the details in the thing. Thanks, Rahul.
Thank you, Puneet. Thank you, Shivani. Thank you, Chinmay. I'll not take much of a time, but I'll just emphasize why we have gathered here. And the reason why I am or we are doing this webinar is the topic suggests big bets for small and medium enterprises. We have done webinars in past 2 years wherein we have been telling that SAP or the ERPs could be implemented remotely, or it can be deployed on cloud, how it is beneficial for you while during Corona or during these tough times, you were there at your home and you would not been able to access your systems. So there were a few things what Chinmay has shared and Shivani has shared about our journey and our, how we differentiate from other partners, or like back in 1989, we were just the resellers, software resellers or hardware resellers. And since then, like back in 2000, we have started doing managed services. So how I have came to this idea about like debunking myths, it's an old topic. It's not a new topic wherein, and this is taking rounds in the, entrepreneur circle, that SAP B1. And I thought that it's been like 14 years with SAP Business One, and this has been, diminished by now, but that has not the fact, because still I've had a chance to visit one MSME customer in Pune, and still I had that question which I used to have back in 2014-13, wherein people used to think that okay, SAP is not affordable for us, or it's not for MSME. And the fact by that customer, he said that when the deal was closed, he said that I just want to know one thing from you. Same partner in 2015 in a different organization, he has offered SAP to me. I'm quoting the exact figures. He has offered SAP to me at 75 lakhs, and with the same set of users, you are offering me at such a cost. So why there is so much difference? What was offered to me back then and what you're offering right now? So this is the major question for all our friends, entrepreneurs, decision makers sitting here, or their, backbone, which is IT managers, CIOs here. See, it's a right product to be sold to right customer. So what I have offered him is what he required. He does not require the higher product, or I would say SAP S/4HANA. So what people are doing is, these partners, they go ahead and try to sell SAP S/4HANA to our MSME or SME customers. So this is the major mistake they are doing, and this is taking a toll on all the entrepreneurs circle or their MSME juncture, wherein they talk to each other and they tell that this product, or probably SAP, is not for us, it's for larger enterprises. Or I'll talk about that in the next slides. Shivani, can you just... Yeah. So the first myth about SAP Business One, that it is very complex or it is not for me. I would say it's false, because SAP B1 can be managed as easily as other ERP software, but you'll have the edge with SAP B1 is the SAP user interface. When I say SAP user interface or user experience, it is the Fiori based SAP user experience. So now Fiori makes the use of SAP B1 much easier. How? It gives you complete control over your data being structured or in a one place, or Fiori tiles being given to the user, so that, see, nowadays you use app, you do not need any training for the app to use. You you get accustomed to the new apps which is thrown on iStore or Play Store. You see it and you just go ahead with it because of the user experience what it has to offer. So with SAP Business One, Fiori being the user experience, it became simplified. Uh, I would say for any employee or any or every employee, it's understood by every employee. Why? Because they have seen how does window operates. You go to file, you go to sales, you go to reports. So this is how you get that experience in SAP B1. So when you talk about the complex ERPs, or I would say SAP S4HANA or other, wherein you need to write codes to fetch some reports and you need to understand few languages or some transaction codes. But in SAP Business One with Fiori user experience, what you do is you just click on like you do in any of your MS or Office or your operating system, Windows operating system. You click on start, you go to that, and even in SAP also, like there's a collaboration in SAP B1. You want to talk to the employees in-house, let's suppose from sales, want to cross-functional interaction you want to do, you can do it in SAP Business One itself. Now the advancement, see, I would not say that from the day one this product was very easy, but this has evolved in past 14 years. Back in 2004, 5, 6, it was evolving, and now the advancement has happened. And with the browser access interface, you can easily navigate the system. You can view, switch between multiple menus easily and get a complete view of all your data in a single place. This is what SAP Business One Fiori user interface has done for us. Shivani, next slide. Oh, again, it's the same question which I always had, and I mean that brushed my memory also. In my 10 days back I visited Pune, wherein again those people were thinking about that this is not for us, we are MSME, or Puneet, which mentioned about one of my, I would say, favorite customer in Guwahati, who has a turnover of less than 10 crores, but still they are very well managing SAP. They are able to reap fruit out of it. So now when someone says that it can only be afforded by big companies, that's not true, because this is, as I was talking about, this is most prevalent myth doing the rounds among businesses leaders. The truth, however, is on the contrary, is SAP B1 is designed specifically according to the needs and requirements of small and medium enterprises. It aims to automate business process, finance, planning, operation for the medium and small businesses effectively. They can utilize their resources and scale their business needs. It fits the budget requirements of small businesses and doesn't add an extra financial burden on businesses. So again, there are things or people who think that, okay, I'm using Tally right now and this might not be fit. So I'm fortunate, or I have this platform, and thanks for everyone to join us. So I would want to clarify this also, that every SAP B1 customer is primarily either a Tally customer or some other ERP. I would not criticize some other ERP, but yes, when you outgrow from Tally, you come to SAP B1. Shivani, next slide. Okay, and again, this myth is also there. It does the rounds, and this is the myth. I would say it's not completely false, but yes, if both the teams work in tandem, it's not slow to implement. So now, when I say we have done implementation of a startup in less than 3 weeks, which is roughly in 20-25 days, we have done the SAP B1 implementation. So even that part is also true. And there are implementation. It totally depends on your requirements, complex requirements. You have a manufacturing unit, you have 6-7 different plants, you have hundreds of people to train. Then this setup, definitely it takes time. It would not be done in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. It will take 4-5 months or 6 months. But if both the teams, the vendor and the customer, like, how we are able to manage this is the team of certified consultants, and we are certified SAP partners, and the add-ons what we have, those are also certified. So how this add value to it? For example, if you have a partner who does not have SAP certified add-ons, so then SAP would not take charge of if your SAP being slow. Now that SAP certified add-ons, what MB has, that's code being checked and optimized by SAP. So about, again, coming back to implementation, that how we expedite these implementations is we have a core team, and then we urge our customer to have a core team as well, a proper escalation matrix, and we both vendor customer work in tandem, and then to achieve the fastest implementation is what we have done in 20 days. And even if it is a slowest implementation or a very complex implementation, it would not go more than 5-6 months. And again, what the myth is in the there is, you end up, it's a long process. Probably it takes a years, or even it takes 1 or 2 years. The implementation is never ending with SAP. So yes, a complex ERPs like SAP S/4HANA, the bigger version of SAP, it might take a year and a half, but it's not like it's never ending. So if we work closely with both the team, we prepare data, or as a customer, we have data at hand. MSME, it's most unorganized sector, but still, if you work hard, you have data, you know what you want to achieve, definitely it can be achieved in 3 to 6 months. Shivani, next slide. And this is most important. And again, the first statement with which I have started is that why the other partner has quoted 75 lakhs, and you have quoted hardly one third, 1/5 of the cost what he has quoted. So I have that liberty to tell or share the price of SAP Business One licenses, because these are the list price and common across India. So SAP Business One works on named user, which one user costs you, a professional user, or I would say super admin user or admin user, or CIOs, CXOs, which have access to entire SAP modules, all 13 modules and everything. So that costs you around 1,35,135. And then there are limited user, which is logistics, finance, CRM, and all of these other limited features if you want. So that would cost you around 70,000, 70 bucks. So this is the cost for the named user. Now, this is for the MSME who have 10, 15, 16, or like more than 5 users. But for people here who are like 4, 3, 2, 1 user, and they want to taste SAP Business One and just want to see. So I would say it is far lesser than the small ERPs or most prevalent ERPs you have. The cost would be hardly 3,999, including the hosting charges per user per month. So now with this, what I want to achieve here is that yes, SAP is there for MSME and SME customers. No matter you are a startup, you are an established firm, there are I have customers wherein they are startup, they have that vision to take SAP, and on the first, I mean, even before their machine arrives for the production, they want SAP or any ERP to be placed. And when you're going ahead with the ERP, then why not with SAP? It has 78% of market share, ERP market share. When you're getting that best at a cost, lower cost, then why you would not choose this? So after this, we have most interesting session. I think Shivani would have quiz. So that would tell, I don't know whether you have took interest in hearing us, Shivani, Puneet, and us. So there's a quiz based on the presentation we have given. So Shivani.
Sure, Rahul. That was a great session, and thanks for all the knowledge that you shared. Anyway, so just let me know 1 second. I'll have to reshare the screen because I don't know. Teams I'm having some trouble with Teams. Let me just.
So can we just ask the audience that are they able to unmute themselves in order to answer or something?
No, they'll have to.
Right.
Right
in
on the chat.
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. Um, Great. One second. So it's time for the quiz. And so the questions are, by the way, absolutely based on the content that we have shared during, during the webinar. So just a minute, please. Just bear with me. By the way, Rahul, till the time I figure out, the deck is open for the questions. This is for all the attendees out here. If you want to sort of, have some questions, you want our experts to answer your questions, you're most welcome to um, shoot them out. Go ahead, please.
Sure. Yeah. So I think there were a few questions by Mr. Prithvish. So anyone, if they want to drop in.
You can probably just show a raise of hands, and we would be very happy to address the questions. Or you can simply type it out in the chat window, and our experts would be very happy to address them. Okay, my system is back up, and since we don't see any questions coming in the chat window, so Puneet, Chinmay would request if you guys can keep an eye on the chat window, and just in case if we have any questions, do give us a holler. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Perfect. So is my screen visible now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Okay. So now this is for all the attendees. This is fastest fingers first. And these questions, so all of these questions had been answered during the sessions by our experts. And the first question is, how many years of experience does MB have in SAP? By the way, giveaway our great Amazon vouchers. Go ahead, Rahul, you're saying something, sorry.
Yeah. So we already have, 6-7 people have stated.
Oh,
Answer. Yeah.
Superb. I see the screen, so just let me know. Yeah.
Correct. I think Prithvish is the first one to answer. Yeah.
No, Mr. Jagannath Kar.
Jagannath. Great.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Mr. Jagannath Kar.
All right. All right. So how many, I mean, have they answered all the questions, is it? Or should I go to the next?
Without even asking.
Oh my God. That is super amazing. But by the way, I'll just quickly run through just in case. So how many SAP certified add-ons does MB have? And so go ahead. I think, once I read out all the questions and if we have the answers already out in the chat window, Puneet, Rahul, Chinmay, any one of you can just go ahead and give answers to all of these questions, and then we can probably.
And we have the right answers. Yeah. So for the first is 13, and Mr. Jagannath Kar has given it right. Then Mr. Girdhar Narayan for the second question is how many SAP certified add-ons does MB have? Then I guess which is the most common myth about SAP B1? We do not have any answer. It's for smaller companies. Yes, Mr. Girdhar Narayan again.
How many modules does SAP has in its
yeah. So that's still
No,
pending.
Mr. Sanjay Kumar Pradhan has answered. It's 9 modules.
Oh, awesome. Great. Great, great, great. Great. So, congratulations to the winners, and you would be, reached out with your Amazon voucher. Thank you so much for being such a fine sport in this quiz time. And so, before we close, Rahul, any closing comments, Puneet, Chinmay? Go ahead, please.
Sure, we would love to hear your queries first, and we would want you, if you're not able to write here, or you do not have access to speak on this podium, you always have the email ID from our company's representative, whether it is Shivani who has asked us to join or register, or the other team members. You can always write us back whatever queries you have, and whatever, if we are able to break the myths, or we are able to state the fact that how SAP is helpful for you, please do write us.
There is a question Rahul shared.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Jagannath, add-on are make dependent for support. Okay. See, there are two things. One, I would like to answer very quickly with this, that there are partners who make these add-ons, or I would say these add-ons being made because it's not a part of SAP. Let's suppose SAP does not offer quality control, so SAP does not offer human resource management. So it's not to make customer dependent on us, but to complement SAP. That is one. Our methodology is not to give add-on for everything. This is why we have developed add-on wherein SAP B1 does not have few modules, or rest. What we do, we try and help our customers through UDO UDF, which is user defined fields and user defined objects. So I hope this answers your question, Mr. Jagannath, that we do not want customer to be dependent on us, but we just want to complement SAP Business One. Great.
Go
Anyone,
ahead.
anyone?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead, Rahul. I think let's give it a minute and let's see if we have any further questions.
sure. And can we just check whether that answer was right, because I'm a bit hazy. Whether it is 7 modules or 9 modules, because that answer was 7 modules. Can
Let's
we just back to that slide?
sure, absolutely.
Yeah, back. Just one more back. Yeah, yeah.
One more.
Yeah.
So it's 3, 3, 6. It's 7 modules actually. So 9 is the wrong answer. And even the SAP certified add-ons, they are 4, not 5. So let's come to that slide wherein SAP certified add-ons, how much we, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Right.
So I guess we have one correct answer, which is 13 plus years of experience. And but still, I think we would give the benefit of doubt to the 5. At we have great. I mean, we aspire to have one more, like 5th SAP certified add-on.
So, Rahul, there is a question from Mr. Girdhar Narayan. Is
Mhm.
there a ready-made pricing module available for in SAP Business One, or we have to customize it? This is
I would,
something related to the pricing.
yeah. So I'll be glad if you're talking about the costing or landed cost, uh, cost accounting. So that is inbuilt in SAP. You do not need any customization for that. That's off the shelf in SAP B1.
See, I'll add to what Rahul was saying, Mr. Girdhar. This pricing module is a kind of a price list which can be handled in SAP Business One. You have a inbuilt feature where it has a multi-level pricing can be defined in the system itself. So you don't have a different customization to be done for this pricing module as such. Hope I'm clear on this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think let's wind it up, Rahul and team.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Thank you so much to the audience for this wonderful, wonderful session. You absolutely made our day. And one of our representatives will be catching up with you soon. We would love to have your feedback because in the groundwork and behind the scenes, a lot of efforts go into putting everything together. And your feedback, your suggestions do really matter to us. And of course, related to your own business requirements, we would be very happy to hear from you and address any technology challenge that you might have. With this, I would like to sign off and thank you so much once again for joining in. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.